Hey, what is up, you guys? It's your girl, Dr. Kathleen Nash, and in this video, we are going to cover the first 10-day challenge in my 60-day experiment of can I lose 25 pounds between November 3rd, 2025 and January 3rd, 2026. Now, if this is the first time that you've seen me, you might not know what is going on. Basically, what I want to do is an experiment to see can natural and metabolic methods outperform a weight loss injection when it comes to weight loss, natural suppression of hunger and cravings, and change in body composition. It's going to be 60 days, the hardest part of the year between November and January, and I'm doing it in a set of 10-day challenges. So 6 10-day challenges. Today is actually November 14th, and it is day 12 of my journey, but I am going to be sharing with you my first set of 10-day results. I'm doing 10-day challenges because mentally that works really well for me. I only have to focus for 10 days. I don't have to think about doing a 60-day stretch. Also, I've done 10-day challenges in the past for people that wanted to learn about my metabolic methods, and it works really well for them also. When we're looking at the body composition, right now I don't think you can see a whole lot because, again, it's just the first 10-day challenge and it's only 6.4 pounds. Not that that's not a good result for 10 days, but overall, we are only about 3.7% change in body weight. I think as we get further along and we get closer to hitting that goal, we're gonna see more and more changes in the body. As far as energy levels and hunger and cravings, let's get into that. Energy levels are fine. Again, only the first 10 days. I don't really feel a big change in my energy levels. Hunger is actually suppressed quite a bit. And this is something that I teach my private clients when they work with me. Usually it's the first 7 days when we are correcting those hormone imbalances, when we're bringing down inflammation, that we're going to see the hunger and the cravings still elevated quite a bit. But by the time we get into that second week, hunger is suppressed quite a bit. Cravings, for the most part, are pretty much gone. And that's exactly what I'm experiencing. The 2 meals that I'm eating every day, that's totally satisfying me. It's actually a little bit hard to eat the second meal. My exercise or my activity really isn't impaired, and things are moving along just great. And speaking of activity, let's talk about what my average has been over the last 10 days. Again, I use an activity tracker because I'm very data driven. I want to make sure that I have a reasonable idea of how much energy is going out, as well as using my customized metabolic plan that I've built for me and have used for me for years to know how much energy is coming in. As far as my activity, my Apple Watch was saying that my activity ring, the red ring, I was getting an average of about 610 calories of activity every day. While that might be a lot for you, if we look at my Apple trend line here, it's not a lot for me. It's pretty consistent with what I've been doing for the last 12 months. Same thing with amount of exercise. The exercise minutes, right now we're looking at an average over the past 10 days of 54 minutes. That's pretty much on par with what I've been doing for the year. And my step count clocked in at just over 10,000. We're looking at 10,015 steps on average per day. And again, if we look at my distance on the Apple Trends, that's not really a big change. In fact, it's less than what I normally get. So am I doing a lot of exercise to get a fast result? No, I'm doing the average amount of exercise that I always do to get the fast result. For my food, if you did not watch my very first video for the challenge, I'll go ahead and put a card up here for that so you can watch it. I'm not doing anything fancy there. I'm avoiding ultra processed food, no refined grains, no refined sugar, no takeout, no fast food. I am eating real whole food, concentrating mainly on eating adequate amounts of protein from animal sources, full fat dairy, wide variety of vegetables, wide variety of dietary fats, things like nuts and seeds, a little bit of fruit. I'm staying away from foods that are going to trigger hormonal changes that drive fat gain. I'm staying away from foods that cause inflammation. I'm staying away from foods that cause water retention and bloat. I'm staying away from foods that create fat in my liver. I'm doing everything I can metabolically from a food standpoint in order to help my body change metabolically on a cellular level, because I'm not looking just for weight loss. I'm looking for a body that can hold a normal weight. As I mentioned earlier, I am eating 2 meals a day. In the first week, I really did not have a window for those 2 meals. It was sometime in the morning and sometime in the evening. Let's talk about what my plan is for the second challenge. Since I lost 6.4 pounds in my first 10 days, that puts me on track to hit my goal. I'm now less than 20 pounds away. I still have 5 10-day challenges to do that. So I'm going to try to hit 6 pounds again in the second 10-day challenge, and I might have to push a little bit harder. What does that look like? That means I'm going to look at those averages for output that I told you, and I'm going to increase them maybe to 650 calories of activity, maybe to a full 60 minutes a day of exercise minutes, maybe up to 11,000 or 12,000 steps a day. So in the next 10-day challenge, I will bump it up a little bit to keep the body out of its comfort zone. I'm still going to stick with the 2 meals a day. I'm still going to stick with the real whole food sources. I'm still going to avoid ultra processed food. But now I'm probably going to use a window, probably an 8 or a 10-hour window. You will find out in the next update, which will be after day 15. So hopefully that gave you some insight about what I'm doing. If you want to check out more about what I do to help people or what kind of results my clients get, you can check out drnash.com. You can get a free audiobook about my weight loss that by signing up for the newsletter. If you have any questions, let me know. Please like and subscribe to cheer me on, and I will catch you in the next update. Bye-bye, you guys.